I'm making a new chest for my build, and I am looking to make a Necrotic Armour with very high evasion rating and energy shield, okay? So what I did was, on the trade site, I searched for Necrotic Armour with 6 lengths. I'm looking for base percentile of 100. So items can roll with like a range, their base range, and it actually varies quite widely on this. So you can see like the bottom range is 723 up to 831. So if you get a good base percentile, it'll have 831. And then that number gets multiplied by any increases on it. So like 100% increase evasion will increase that base amount. And 6 link, and we're also looking for item level 86 because that can roll tier 1% energy shield and evasion rating. All I'm using are dense fossils. Dense fossils cost about 7C each, so they're not cheap, but this is the best way to go about it. So we just do this. Dense fossils, it rolls the item more defense modifiers, so it multiplies the weight of all defense tagged modifiers by 10. So that includes like evasion, energy shield, all the stuff we want, and no life modifiers. So that cuts all of the life modifiers out of the pool. And we're going to be using this, so that is also good for this over here. First step, dense fossil. Until we get something good, that is tier 2% and tier 1 hybrid. But then the flat, it's like another weird hybrid, so we ignore that. There is, yeah, that one is tier 2, tier 3, but no flat. That is tier 3, no flat. So the number we're looking for at the top is like 3,600. And then the implicits, I'm going to go for damage taken as lightning, fish taken as lightning, and endurance charge. Oh, like, no, that's not good enough. The thing is, something you could do is you could go for a fracture on a base like this. If you have enough currency, you could roll for 1 good mod or 2 good mods and then go for a fracture. I might actually do that. We'll see. That's tier 2. If we hit like suppression, or there's tier 1 flat. Suppression. By the way, I did this craft during Mercenaries League, and I made an obscene amount of currency. Just like profit crafting these. That one, no. 20% suppression. That one, no. Is it chaos but weighted with some mods removed? Kinda, yeah. That's a good way of putting it. That's tier 1. Ooh, with tier 1 chaos res. Should we go for a fracture? Because now it has 4 mods, and it has 2 good ones that we could hit when we fracture. So I do have one. So if we fracture the chaos res, that's nice. If we fracture the tier 1%, that's great. Classic. Fracture the tier 10 flat. All right, we need to go get a new base. The Harvest Benchcraft. The thing with the Harvest Benchcraft is that it doesn't block out life. So the power of fossils is it not only increases the chance to get defense, but it cuts out all those life tag mods. So this is usually a fair bit better. There's tier 1, but not a second good mod. This one is like keepable. If you're on a budget, you could keep something like this because it's 600 ES and 3000 evasion rating. But I want something slightly better. Slightly better. That is 2 hybrids. Tier 2, tier 1. Nope. That is tier 1, tier 1. You can maybe go for a fracture on this. I think what's better is rather go for the fracture when you hit like suppression. It's a suffix. Oh, frick. Wait, that's okay, wait. This is really good. So that's a tier 5 hybrid. But I don't think it matters that much because we got tier 1% and tier 1 flat, and they rolled very, very high. So the roll range on the flat, the evasion rating energy shield, has a wide range, and we got very, very high on it. So this is sick. This is really, really good. So now the next step is fracture. There's no need to fracture because now what we can do is we can craft the suffixes with Eldritch currency. And let's just hold our breath How much are these? Please don't be like, oh, divine. Oh, yes, they're cheap. They're so cheap. Okay. Well, I mean, like, comparatively. Let's get 10 of these for now to start. 180. So we're going to get 10 of these. And now, what we're going to do, grab some exalts. Now what we're going to do is, so the way these things work is, if Eater of Worlds is dominant, remove a suffix modifier. If Searing Exarch is dominant, remove a prefix. So we made Eater of Worlds dominant. So this will annul only suffixes. So if we use this, our prefixes are safe. It removes that. Now what we want to do is we want to block Dexterity and Intelligence. And then we're going to go remove crafted mods. You can also do regex on this. So what we want to do before we exalt, we're going to block Dex and Intelligence. So now it can't exalt on any either Dexterity or Intelligence, which you don't need. And now we're hoping for like spell suppression, resistances. That's about it. Lightning res, cold res, that's like okay. So what we can do now is remove crafted mods and then annul. Hope to hit the lightning res. Okay, I would say this is dead. So we annul again. Block. Exalt. We don't want life regen because it has the life tag, so our life mastery won't work. Cold res, Remove crafted mods. Regen, we don't want. Another thing you can block is energy shield recharge rate. That has a high weight, but like that exactly. Like that thing I just hit. Cold res, low. Oh, tier 1 cold res and chaos res. Now I can say we want to keep that. Or do we want to go for like spell suppression or something? So one thing we can do, if you want to be greedy, you could slam again and hope for like spell suppression. But then you're going to have to annul off if it's a bad mod. What if we just YOLO slam and hit tier 1 spell suppression? Or 9 intelligence. Alright, now we have to go for the annul. It's okay. Just annul it off. Let's get some more of these guys. Remove crowns and mods. Alright, annul. And then block dex in. Slam. Tier 1 cold res. Ooh, tier... Alright, that's really, really good. Tier 1 cold, tier 1 fire. And then the final suffix, you can kind of choose what you want. You could even go for a bit of spell suppression if you need it. You could go strength and dex. Or dex, strength and int. These are all really useful. This is nice. You could do and chaos if you need that. There's tons of stuff. Or craft suppression and GG. One other thing we can do. How much are tailoring orbs? Oh shit, these are cheap as hell. I actually didn't even think I was going to use tailoring orbs because I didn't think we would get to this point as easily. So these things, what they do is it adds an enchantment to the chest, but it can reforge the sockets. If I had planned ahead, I didn't think I was going to do this, but now I want to. I would have not bought a 6-link. Just buy a normal thing, which would be way cheaper, and then use 6-link after, but I want to do it now. RIP 6-link 07. What? Okay, so we got the thing I needed first time. Yeah, increased effect of explicit defense modifiers. We didn't even lose the 6-link. So this now has 700 ES, 3,300 evasion rating, and we have change. It's not finished. It's not finished. We got to first do our implicits. So we're looking for gain an endurance charge every X seconds. We can actually just do it on this. It doesn't matter. Please. Last time I did this, it took so long to get an endurance charge. Please. How many left? 7? Come on. Ah, that one's also really good. I'll use these ones. There we go. Every 14 seconds. And then we're looking for taken as fire, cold, lightning. There we go. Oh, taken as chaos. This is great if you are CI. I am not CI. Taken as lightning. Perfect. Here's our chest. Only thing left is we got to get a socket color on it. So I'm stuck. Red. Perfect. There we go. But let's see how much evasion rating. So my base evasion rating now is 16,000. 24,000 with flask up. My energy shield is 1,691. With this, 2,140. So another like, I don't know, 500 ES. And my evasion rating goes from base 15 to 30,000 with my flask up. So there's a huge upgrade. Huge upgrade. And the other thing that's super nice about this is it frees up pressure on my other suffixes. So now you can see my resistance is like mega high. I can even do like final res and chaos, lightning and chaos. There we go. Now I don't need, let's say, these suffixes. So instead I could have like attack speed and accuracy, which frees up points on the tree and all sorts of other things. So like this is a huge upgrade for us. I hope you learned something. If you go out and profit craft these, price them sensibly, but that's how you do the chest.
Divine power! It's branching, exile. You're making me nervous.